Tonight is a night about history. The greatest sports entertainment spectacle of all time. It is an enthralling legacy. This is where legends are made. Moments that resound through the ages. A night where dreams are realized. An event that captivates the hearts of the entire world. The showcase of the immortals. This is a night that carries us back to the enchanting world of our youth. There is not a person sitting down. A spectacle that rejuvenates our spirit. The lights are on bright. It's showtime. It doesn't get any bigger or more exciting than this. Tonight, heroes will be made, and careers and lives will be shaped forever. This is a night we will never forget. Do you want to live forever? The long road culminates here. It doesn't get any bigger than this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, around the world to WrestleMania!
The most stupendous event in entertainment, WrestleMania.
You are looking live at Dallas, Texas, on a night that'll feature the biggest superstars this industry has to offer. This is the showcase of the immortals. This is WrestleMania, live from AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas. Tonight, the World Heavyweight Championship will be decided as the ring general Gunther defends the gold in a rematch over 100 days in the making against the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre. So much more coming your way, including your opening match for championship gold.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship.
On a night where legends are created, will another legend be created in the midst of this Intercontinental Championship matchup, kicking things off at AT&T Stadium? Walking down the aisle is the highly anticipated #1 contender who scratched and clawed his way to another matchup with the defiant LA Knight. It was back on October the 31st, Halloween night 2023, that Sami Zayn challenged LA Knight for the gold in Dublin, Ireland on Monday Night Raw. And Zayn, within inches of winning the championship on that night, just fell short of the defiant one. But ever since then, Sami Zayn has had his eyes locked on getting another Intercontinental Championship match, one that he earned over the last number of weeks in that Eliminator, of course defeating Carmelo Hayes as well as Tommaso Ciampa on Saturday night's main event. But will Sami Zayn be able to ride that high into tonight here at WrestleMania and accomplish his dream? But his opposer, a man walking down the aisle for the second time here at WrestleMania, the defiant, megastar, and most importantly, the Intercontinental Champion, LA Knight. LA Knight won that championship gold back at Money in the Bank of July 2023. He has held the gold for a collective 230 days, turning away challenges from Ilja Dragunov, Shinsuke Nakamura, Cedric Alexander, Sami Zayn in that list as well. LA Knight has certainly had one impressive reign holding that Intercontinental gold, but will it all come crashing down tonight? Has Sami Zayn figured out the pieces to the puzzle to keep down the megastar, the man he could not keep down all those weeks ago, October the 31st of last year? What bigger way to kick things off here at WrestleMania than with these two Raw All-Stars competing for one of the most prestigious prizes, the Intercontinental Championship.
Introducing the challenger from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 212 pounds, Sami Zayn. And his opponent from Hagerstown, Maryland, weighing in at 230 pounds, he is the WWE Intercontinental Champion, LA Knight.
Well, as we mentioned, LA Knight walking into his second WrestleMania here tonight. 1 year ago, he issued an open challenge that was answered by the great one, The Rock. Of course, LA Knight unsuccessful last year here at the grandest stage. Sami Zayn, on the other hand, victorious alongside his best friend Kevin Owens, the man who will compete in tomorrow night's main event. But nonetheless, a lot has changed over the last 12 months. LA Knight a completely different man. Sami Zayn certainly a hungry superstar as the bell sounds for the first time here in AT&T Stadium. It's been a long, highly anticipated road to WrestleMania, and finally, we are here at the grandest stage. Sami Zayn, who has earned this opportunity, turning away some of Monday Night Raw's best, not just in the Intercontinental Championship Eliminator over the last few weeks. We look over the last few months, Sami Zayn alongside his best friend Kevin Owens, engulfed in a battle with Joe Gacy and Karrion Kross. Sami Zayn forced to fight some of the best that Raw has to offer. And those successes have led him to tonight, but can he keep down the megastar, who, as we mentioned, has held that Intercontinental Championship by hook or by crook for the last 230 days? You know, we mentioned some of these successful championship retentions, if you will, of the Defiant LA Knight, but that does not include all the victories LA Knight has raked up in between. Just a few weeks ago, he ran over R-Truth on Monday Night Raw. You go back in the record books, look at LA Knight's victories from last summer all the way to now. You're looking at victories over, as we mentioned, Sami Zayn himself, Cedric Alexander, R-Truth, Shinsuke Nakamura, Ilja Dragunov, the Hall of Famer and Rob Van Dam. LA Knight earning his spot at the top, if you will, as the Intercontinental Champion, but Sami Zayn looking to give him the fight for his life. Zayn was within inches of winning the Intercontinental Championship that he has had his eye on for quite some time back on Halloween night, and it's mistakes like that that really did not aid Sami Zayn all those months ago in Dublin, Ireland. Zayn a little overzealous, thought LA Knight was still in reaching distance, going for that springboard crossbody. However, nobody home for tonight's #1 contender. You know, we talked about what happened last year at WrestleMania. LA Knight issuing an open challenge, coming up short to the great one, The Rock. I'm sure LA Knight, such a more advanced superstar all this time later, would love to finally rake one up in his WWE career at the biggest night of the year, the Showcase of the Immortals. So much rides on the line, superstardom, legendary status. Really a legacy-defining weekend here in the WWE. That is what WrestleMania is all about. Sami Zayn, on the other hand, who has been Intercontinental Champion in the past, but tonight, a whole new meaning for Sami Zayn. Both him and Kevin Owens really started from rock bottom all over again on Monday Night Raw, back in the fall, and it has led them to this weekend, championship aspirations. Massive tornado DDT And only a 1 count that time, but you got to imagine early damage done to the defiant LA Knight. Sami Zayn, this is what he's got to do. Keep the pressure on the champion. Rolling on the outside. Sami Zayn willing to risk it all in the means of success. Wheels are spinning. Calculated is the #1 contender. Keeping it classic with a tope suicida to the outside. Sami Zayn willing to risk it all in the means of WrestleMania success, even if that means throwing his own body in harm's way. Hoisting LA Knight up on that barricade moments ago. Sami Zayn came in with an A plan, a B plan. You gotta imagine all the way to Z. And here he goes! Another moonsault to the outside! The #1 contender is hot on the heels of the Intercontinental Champion. But will tonight be the night that Zayn walks away with the gold? You gotta imagine Zayn has been replaying the events of Halloween night back on October the 31st of last year. Every single night, every single day, every single week since then. But will Zayn be able to use that motivation that's been building up in anticipation inside of him ever since to lead him to victory tonight? Or is LA Knight just that much better after all of his Intercontinental Championship defenses? You don't have to like LA Knight's smug attitude, you don't have to like his ego, but you cannot knock the results. Champion for 230 days for a reason, but if Sami Zayn's got anything to say about it, he's gonna shut up the megastar for good. My goodness, Sami Zayn with a massive boot to the jawline. LA Knight in a precarious situation as he's hoisted up and dropped on the apron. Sami Zayn is in full control of your opening matchup here at WrestleMania Saturday. So of course, night 1 of WrestleMania, we are kicking off the season finale for the 2023-2024 season. And Sami Zayn's looking to end it on a high note. Crossbody reversed, LA Knight into the quick cover. And he almost got him that time. The defiant LA Knight, quick as a hiccup when he needs to be. Nice reversal on Sami Zayn that time. Goes back to what we were saying a few moments ago. You don't have to like the attitude of the megastar, but you cannot knock the results. And speaking of such, Sami Zayn off the Blue Thunder Bomb may find the result that he's looking for, but not just yet. Sami Zayn has won victories, won matchups in the past with that Blue Thunder Bomb. Who says it can't be a finishing maneuver? It almost was here at WrestleMania. Now LA Knight, sense of urgency out of the champion as he realizes his challenger really starting to gain some momentum in this Intercontinental Championship match. Of course, a new season in the WWE begins just over a week away, Monday night, March the 11th in New York City, Madison Square Garden. Who is going to be on the first Raw of the year as the Intercontinental Champion? Will it be LA Knight or will it be Sami Zayn? If the champion's got anything to say about it, the gold will remain with the megastar. Massive burning hammer. It could be looking for a blood force trauma, but Sami Zayn did his homework. Familiar territory, German into the bridge to win the title. Not just yet. Close call there on both sides of the field. LA Knight could have possibly got a victory off that burning hammer, but forced Sami Zayn into a reversal off the blood force trauma, and Zayn is now back in control of this match. Outrunning the champion, and now off the top rope. Familiar territory for Sami Zayn, and although he didn't get the 3 count, damage continues to stack up on the Intercontinental Champion. Gotta imagine Sami Zayn has watched back that first go-around with LA Knight back on Halloween night time and time again, trying to figure out where he went wrong. Trying to figure out why LA Knight was able to gain the victory on that night. And sometimes it's not a costly misstep or an accident that happens inside of the ring. Sometimes you're just not as good on that night as your opposer. And if that was the case in Sami Zayn or even LA Knight's mind, both of them gotta be walking on eggshells tonight coming into this thing, knowing that their opponent could easily be the victor. Sami Zayn's been the aggressor over the last few minutes. LA Knight, the Intercontinental Champion. Once again, a sense of urgency. As now it's Sami Zayn in the precarious situation on the apron. And oh man, DDT right on the hardest part of the ring. And if LA Knight adds a blood force trauma later on in this matchup, well, Sami Zayn might be knocked out cold in the middle of AT&T Stadium. Damage done right to the crown, and you notice how LA Knight not giving the challenger any breathing room. Just sticking on Sami Zayn, not allowing him to get any R&R in the middle of this opening matchup. LA Knight back inside the squared circle with a down challenger, and Sami Zayn needs to get up and needs to realize that LA Knight is hot on his tail. The champion almost slowing down the pace, trying to take AT&T Stadium, this capacity crowd in Dallas, Texas out of it, take all of Sami Zayn's supporters out of it. Easier said than done. The challenger to his feet. Another German dropping LA Knight on the back of his neck. LA Knight on spaghetti legs. Sami Zayn now follows it up and just sends him into the corner, and you realize that LA Knight is nowhere near 100%. Rolling to the outside, trying to create a little distance. Sami Zayn may be the favorite at the current moment in this match. Seems like every time LA Knight tries to get some offense stacked up, the challenger is right there to turn the tables. Back into the corner we go, and the Intercontinental Champion is not looking well as Sami Zayn meets him at the top for a Frankensteiner halfway across the ring. The Intercontinental Champion may be seeing stars here in the Lone Star State. Over the top he goes. And what has Sami Zayn got in mind now? He can't win the championship on the outskirts of the ropes, but damage certainly can be done. Cross body over the top, and LA Knight is staring up at the lights of AT&T Stadium. And now into the steel steps, diamond plated at that. Zayn realizes that LA Knight is a tough puzzle to figure out, a tough opponent to beat. And he's trying to throw anything he can at the Intercontinental Champion in this opening matchup. Looking to leave no stone unturned here at WrestleMania. Sami Zayn has thrown a little bit of everything at LA Knight. A little bit of ground and pound, high offense especially in this matchup. But LA Knight continues to get back into it with simple yet effective maneuvers like that. Big boot, couple of shots, neck breaker, sometimes that's all you need as the megastar is now in the driver's seat. Sami Zayn down and out and cannot allow a resurgence in this matchup for the Intercontinental Champion. But LA Knight with other plans. They don't call him the megastar for nothing. LA Knight looking for the proverbial star-making performance here at WrestleMania. Oh, wait a minute. The champion's eyes lock center. BFT! Blood force trauma, and that may be all she wrote. And a last-second kick out as Sami Zayn with the will to fight on. The BFT does not do it. And a shot of adrenaline in the soul of Sami Zayn knocks the champion down momentarily. LA Knight threw his best shot. Does Sami Zayn have enough left in him? You saw Sami Zayn a last minute, if you will, kick out moments ago. And now on the outside, vintage Sami Zayn through the turnbuckle with the Tornado DDT. Dallas, Texas showing their appreciation for the champion and challenger as Sami Zayn pulling out some of the same risk that we saw in that matchup against Tommaso Ciampa on Saturday night's main event a few weeks ago, where Zayn earned this #1 contendership. Zayn not going for the cover just yet, as LA Knight was starting to get back to his feet, realizes more damage needs to be done. It's in cases like this where you almost give your opponent an unintentional nod of respect. Sami Zayn realizing firsthand once again why LA Knight has held the gold for 230 days. Haluva kick, nobody home. LA Knight had it scouted. Sami Zayn off the roll-up, rope break that time. Again through the ropes. My goodness. This is what WrestleMania is all about. This is how you kick off WrestleMania Saturday, live and in living color in Dallas, Texas. The Intercontinental Championship is on the line. LA Knight defending the gold that he has housed for 230 days collectively against Sami Zayn, the #1 contender. A lot happened in just those few moments there. LA Knight getting the best of it on the outside. Obviously the champion's advantage, but credit to LA Knight. Not somebody who has gained any count-out victories. He's got it done inside the squared circle each and every time his title's been on the line. Sami Zayn hoisted up again. And back down to the floor. Sami Zayn may be once again just be another stepping stone in the legacy for the megastar. Ilja Dragunov, Cedric Alexander, Tyler Bate, Cameron Grimes, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn may be added to the list of the megastar's victims. Off the side step. Wait a minute. Face first, and Zayn reaching deep down the bag of tricks. Submission hold this time. LA Knight could not have been expecting this, as Zayn's got them all kinds of tied up, and a little bit far from the ropes at that. Zayn trying to pull out anything, a last-ditch effort. I don't know how much strength he had behind that submission hold. LA Knight weaseled out of it pretty easily here at WrestleMania. The Intercontinental Champion regains control. Sami Zayn down. LA Knight once again dropping the elbow, and we may be nearing the end of the finish line. LA Knight may be the first to cross it. Sami Zayn was really hot in the early part of this matchup. Threw a little bit of everything at LA Knight, but the tide seemingly turned. But don't speak too soon. LA Knight stacking the offense. But as long as Sami Zayn still has breath in his lungs, he's going to continue to swing. Back and forth, lefts and rights between the Intercontinental Champion and his opposing challenger. Belly-to-back suplex, and down goes the challenger once more. Another reversal that time by the ever-game Sami Zayn. LA Knight trying to shake the cobwebs off. Sami Zayn sending him into the ropes. Nice kick, nice takedown. Zayn not to be denied. Willing to stomp the heart out of the Intercontinental Champion if need be. Zayn refusing to be denied here at WrestleMania. Looking to end this season and walk into a new one as your Intercontinental Champion. Swanton Bomb! That's gonna do it. Championship leaving with Sami Zayn. Easier said than done as LA Knight pops the shoulder off the canvas. Man, Zayn thought he had it that time, pulling out some different maneuvers in the arsenal. Some maneuvers that we don't see him pull out that often. The submission hold a few moments ago, the Swanton Bomb. What about the tornado to the outside earlier? LA Knight sent into the corner. Zayn, of course, went for that haluva kick a little bit early on. Knight had it scouted. Zayn's got to be wondering if he goes for it again. Is LA Knight going to be ready for it? Champion might have done his homework correct. Might have figured out Sami Zayn's game plan from a mile away. Wait a minute. Stacking up the Blue Thunder Bombs. A second one delivered. But elects not to go for the cover just yet. Zayn looking to put the exclamation point. Off the haluva kick. LA Knight may be down, and he may be out. And that is gonna do it. 230 days later, we have a new Intercontinental Champion live here at WrestleMania. Well, LA Knight threw everything he could. The burning hammer, the blood force trauma, but Sami Zayn on this night just wanted it more and is leaving with championship gold.
Here's your winner and new WWE Intercontinental Champion, Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn replayed the events of Halloween Night 2023 day in and day out, and all these months later, Zayn finally puts the past to rest. He earned this matchup tonight at WrestleMania. He scratched and clawed for the opportunity, and even after going through the best LA Knight had to offer, Sami Zayn topples the champion and is now the one leaving the grandest stage as the new Intercontinental Champion. Prepare for the most exciting 10 minutes, a fast-paced 600 seconds, and all the action you can handle. Coming your way exclusively every Wednesday to the Noah Nation Gaming TikTok. The superstars of Raw and SmackDown race to the finish line on Velocity. A new season in the WWE is upon us, and you haven't seen anything yet. Don't miss Velocity every single Wednesday, only on TikTok. You aren't going to want to miss the action streaming live to TikTok every single Wednesday in just a couple of weeks. Go ahead and follow the Noah Nation Gaming TikTok page and don't miss out on all the action to come.
The following contest is a six-man ladder match and is for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Introducing the challenger from Madrid, Spain, weighing in at 154 pounds, Axiom.
Well, you want to talk about fast pace, you want to talk about racing to the finish line, you want to talk about velocity. Look no further than the Cruiserweight division that is about to be on display thanks to Friday Night SmackDown here at WrestleMania. 6 men enter, 1 man leaves as the Cruiserweight Champion of the world. Who's going to climb the ladder and retrieve the gold? Axiom, the first man to make his way down the aisle, part of his WrestleMania debut, but not the only one, lacing up the boots for the first time at the grandest stage of them all.
And from Jersey in the Channel Islands, weighing in at 182 pounds, Nathan Frazer.
Nathan Frazer, somebody who has taken the Cruiserweight division by storm ever since re-emerging in the Cruiserweight Classic tournament that was ultimately won by the current Cruiserweight Champion of the world, that being the Mad Dragon, Ilja Dragunov. Nathan Frazer has had his opportunity at the championship in the past. That was in a one-on-one match all the way back in December at Armageddon. But tonight, Nathan Frazer enters the ring for the first time at WrestleMania and looking to make the most of the opportunity. As the championship currently hangs in the balance above the squared circle, who is going to be the one to climb to the top and retrieve the gold?
And from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 180 pounds, J.D. McDonagh.
You know, we've seen a little chaos surrounding the Cruiserweight division as of late, and a lot of that can be thanked to this man, the Irish Ace, J.D. McDonagh. J.D. McDonagh has been targeting Ilja Dragunov for months on SmackDown, and even had not one, but 2 singles opportunities to take down the Mad Dragon. J.D. McDonagh just not good enough on those nights to walk away with the gold. but maybe, I'll bite, a matchup where Ilja Dragunov doesn't have to be pinned to lose the championship. It might be the Irish Ace best opportunity at possibly winning the championship he's been seeking for months on Friday Night SmackDown. Nonetheless, this is a loaded field of talent to say the least. And it's any man's ball game, especially in such an unpredictable and dangerous environment like a ladder matchup. 3 challengers already entered, 2 more and a champion to come. The stakes higher than ever. Well, it looks like the champion doesn't want to wait his turn in the locker room anymore. Eager to walk down the aisle at the show of shows.
From Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 187 pounds, he is the WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Ilja Dragunov.
Well, there has always been something a little bit unhinged about the Tsar, about the Invincible, about the Mad Dragon, and most importantly, let us not forget, the Cruiserweight Champion of the world, Ilja Dragunov. Dragunov 1 year ago made his WrestleMania debut, winning the Intercontinental Championship when he was a part of Monday Night Raw. Dragunov last fall won the Cruiserweight Classic tournament, propelled him to a Friday Night SmackDown contract where he took the best advantage, winning the Cruiserweight Championship, and has defended the gold successfully ever since. And of course, Dragunov not walking down the aisle with his gold around his waist tonight, as the championship, as you can already see, suspended in the sky here in Dallas, Texas. Ilja Dragunov, somebody who thrives off pain and punishment. Clearly a couple of screws loose in the mind of the Tsar. And although the odds are stacked against the champion tonight, an unpredictable, dangerous environment like a ladder matchup might just favor somebody as unhinged as Ilja Dragunov. Certainly all remains to be seen. Still 2 more challengers to come, and as we already mentioned, it's anybody's ball game here at AT&T Stadium.
And from Dayton, Ohio, weighing in at 183 pounds, Wesley!
Wesley's recently took on Ilja Dragunov. He knows firsthand how tough the champion is. Take nothing away from this young man. Former NXT Tag Team Champion, has been a part of Friday Night SmackDown for quite some time and has even challenged for the Cruiserweight Championship on many of occasions over the last year and change. Wesley looking for his breakout moment, a part of the blue brand as we enter a new season in just a couple of weeks. Not just Wesley, but any of these challengers could be looking to take the spotlight away from Ilja Dragunov, put it on themselves. And if there's any night to do it, the showcase of the Immortals, certainly a night to make yourself famous. 5 have entered, 1 to come, and it's certainly a man who's very familiar with championship gold.
And from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 199 pounds, Johnny Gargano.
The whole shebang, Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, back here at WrestleMania. You know, 1 year ago, Gargano walked into this very event as one half of the World Tag Team Champions. Just a few weeks later, Gargano was drafted to Friday Night SmackDown, and he'll be the first to tell you the last 12 months, not the way Gargano would have hoped. But tonight, a chance to end the year on a high note, a chance to end the season the best it possibly could. WrestleMania, with the Cruiserweight Championship on the line, Johnny Gargano can make the last 12 months of ups and downs all worth it if he can take down the gold. It is anybody's ball game. It is a 6-man ladder matchup. The bell has sounded and we are underway here at WrestleMania. A lot of action to keep up with, as you can already see in the opening moments of this matchup. You're going to see one-on-one matches start to split off, ladders at ringside, and certainly chaos to be expected. 2 men to keep your eye on are the 2 men that are in the squared circle right about now, or at least momentarily they were. Ilja Dragunov and Johnny Gargano, who's tope suicida to the outside, not only takes out Dragunov, takes out the ladder as well. As we were about to mention, those two superstars in action just 24 hours ago in Austin, Texas on Friday Night SmackDown. Cruiserweight Classic Finals rematch. Ilja Dragunov was the victor. Well, win, lose, or draw, you gotta believe both of those men not coming into tonight at 100%. And refocus your eyeballs inside the squared circle. Well, you know what? Take that thought away. Nathan Frazer climbing the ladder. Unfortunately, too much chaos surrounding him to make the most of it. With Wesley looking for his coming out party. Well, Nathan Frazer on the outside. This is anarchy already. What did the bell sound a minute and a half ago? Nathan Frazer making the bridge with the ladder between the ring and the announce table, just what this matchup needs. Chaos to be expected in the Cruiserweight division here at WrestleMania. And a very interesting thing here is Ilja Dragunov has met every single one of these superstars in one-on-one action over the last few months, whether the championship was on the line or not. And the Mad Dragon, successful each and every bout. You gotta believe Ilja Dragunov, even with the odds stacked against him tonight, may be the favorite coming into this Cruiserweight Championship match. Well, Nathan Frazer on the outside, and speaking of the Czar, he is inside the squared circle, and he is all alone. Easier said than done trying to keep your balance in there and trying to take down his Cruiserweight Championship. But the man all the way from Spain, that being Axiom, stopping Ilja Dragunov in his tracks and a powerbomb off the rungs. And Frazer back on the ladder, my goodness. That is no give on those steel ladders. Goes without saying, as now Axiom and Ilja Dragunov meet at the top of the mountain. And once again, Dragunov with gold in his hands. Oh, now it's Wesley with his eyes set on the Mad Dragon, and look at us slay that beast here tonight. Ilja Dragunov trying to get his championship and get the hell out of Dodge, and you can't blame him. 5 challengers, a chance to lose his title without even being pinned. Oh, look at JD McDonagh with Dragunov on his shoulders, devil inside in the middle of AT&T Stadium. McDonagh and Dragunov, no strangers to each other. They have gone to war back at SmackDown's New Year's Revolution in January and the Elimination Chamber just a number of weeks ago as well. Wesley with the reverse Rana. Ilja Dragunov getting the hell beat out of him here tonight at WrestleMania. And I know he thrives off punishment, but this is a different kind of story here tonight. With all these challengers and weapons in play, I don't know if Ilja Dragunov is going to be so willing to take the pain and the punishment that's at hand. Look at all these other challengers going at each other. Johnny Gargano, Nathan Frazer, Axiom with a ladder in hand. Dragunov's on the outside, and it's all the challengers inside the ring with his championship. I believe Gargano's got the Gargano escaping on Nathan Frazer. A tap out ain't gonna do him any good, but this is certainly a way to wear down the young Nathan Frazer all the way from Wales. Big time drop kick that time by Frazer. Again, Dragunov as he eats the ladder alongside Johnny Gargano cannot be coming to this matchup anywhere near 100% tonight. They fought tooth and nail just 24 hours ago on Friday Night SmackDown. Nathan Frazer eats the ladder. And there's steel surrounding all sides of the squared circle. Nobody. Look at the Wild Coyote cam going right now. We're getting a hell of a shot of AT&T Stadium. Trying to bring this back down to focus as 3 challengers are back inside the square circle, and Wesley with another Tiger Bomb, this time to Gargano. And look out for Wesley in 2024. Tonight may be a coming out party for that young man. But just as we say those words, JD McDonagh letting the devil inside out once more. Gargano with the spin kick. 4 challengers inside of the ring, and Gargano just scaling away from that ladder, but still bridged between the ring and the apron. Excuse me, the ring and the announce table. It's just a precarious situation that a couple of men have met the landing so far, but nobody, unfortunately, getting the worst of it. I think that goes without saying. Meanwhile, Dragunov for the ladder. Inside of the ring, Wesley getting knocked down momentarily, but now being brought back to the soles of his boots. The Mad Dragon's got something in mind. Oh man, sending Wesley right back onto the bridge. I don't know what Ilja Dragunov's got in mind. Meanwhile, Frazer and McDonagh inside of the ring, but the Cruiserweight champion moonsault through the ladder. Nathan Frazer with the neck breaker to JD McDonagh. Dallas, Texas coming unglued as these 6 cruiserweights throw caution in the wind, all in the means of leaving WrestleMania with the gold. And it's Frazer and Dragunov on the ladder, at least momentarily, as somehow all 6 superstars are back inside the middle of the ropes. Oh my goodness, the action to keep up with. Spanish fly by Axiom to Frazer moments ago. Dragunov going after Johnny Gargano. Man, I can't believe what we just saw moments ago. Dragunov with a moonsault, crashing Wesley through the bridge. And then Nathan Frazer with the fall-away neckbreaker to JD McDonagh. And still, bodies are moving inside of the ring. These guys letting adrenaline fuel them through, excuse me. The battle here tonight. Worry about the pain on Sunday morning. The ring clearing out momentarily. Wesley dazed, and wait a minute here. Ilja Dragunov, the only man with his wits about him. Hands on his gold. Wesley scale on the other side. Ilja Dragunov has captured his Cruiserweight Championship. The chaos comes to a screeching halt as the Mad Dragon pushes through the pain, pushes through the punishment, and with the will to succeed, flies his way to another successful championship defense. The reign of the Tsar lives on.
Here's your winner, and still the WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Ilja Dragunov.
There is something to be said about that young man right there. The 2023 Breakout Superstar of the Year continues to show why. We are living in the era of the Invincible One as Ilja Dragunov walks into WrestleMania and reclaims his Cruiserweight Championship of the World. Coming up next here in AT&T Stadium, it is a battle to see who owns the claim to being the best in the world. The King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura, takes on the self-proclaimed King of Pro Wrestling, CM Punk. And right now, before we head down to the squared circle, let's take a look at the tale of the tape between these two superstars as we look at CM Punk. A little bit of the even weight, of course, between both men, debuting back in the 2006 year, two-time WWE champion, previous World Heavyweight champion. And the thing I want to note most importantly, 4-0 since CM Punk made his return back on January the 7th at the Royal Rumble. Shinsuke Nakamura has been fighting this fight in the WWE since 2016, championships across all the brands. Nakamura has targeted CM Punk over the last few weeks, wants to be known as the best in the world. The time to prove it is right here, right now, at WrestleMania. And making his way down the aisle is the King of Strong Style, looking to be known as the best in the world.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Kyoto, Japan, weighing in at 220 pounds, Shinsuke Nakamura.
CM Punk needed an equalizer during a war with Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. Shinsuke Nakamura stepped up And what we thought was a dream team come to life was actually the beginning of a nightmare for CM Punk. Nakamura struck with a Kinshasa, not once, not twice, but 3 times on that evening on Monday Night Raw. And then remember the events 2 weeks ago on the Red Brand. Nakamura successful against R-Truth. CM Punk hitting the ring afterwards, not afraid to get his hands dirty, looking to even the score with the King of Strong Style. But Nakamura got the best of Punk on that night and left him laying once more with another Kinshasa in the middle of the aisle on Raw. Every time Punk and Nakamura have crossed paths one-on-one, if you will, without the bell being sound over the last number of weeks, Nakamura's been the one left standing on his own 2 feet. And in Nakamura's pursuit of being truly known as the best in the world, he looks to do so again at what better location than AT&T Stadium at the grandest stage of them all. This is going to be a pro wrestling match to remember for years to come here at the Showcase of the Immortals. And I think it's safe to say business has officially picked up. For the first time in 11 long years, CM Punk returns to WrestleMania.
And his opponents from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 220 pounds, CM Punk.
CM Punk extremely familiar with this stage and certainly familiar with the big fight feel that comes with it. Punk has competed in some high-profile matches here at WrestleMania, WWE Championship affairs, one-on-one with The Undertaker 11 years ago, not once but twice captured the Money in the Bank briefcase. But tonight for CM Punk, he has stated in a WWE.com interview that this is personal. This is his return to the grandest stage. Nakamura threw down the gauntlet. Nakamura wanted to build his name all over again off CM Punk's behalf. And upon Punk's return to WrestleMania, he stated he could just not allow that. Punk is looking for payback after Nakamura has knocked his lights out, both figuratively and literally, over the last couple of weeks. And what better place to do it than here tonight on WrestleMania Saturday? But I'll tell you, when that bell sounds, there may be nobody better than that man right there. The self-proclaimed king of pro wrestling, CM Punk. But Shinsuke Nakamura, as we talked about on Raw just a few weeks ago, looking to walk into this event and quote-unquote expose CM Punk for being a fraud and holding a false claim to being the best in the world. Well, the time for talk is over. Push came to shove, and it's time for the bell to sound and to see who truly wears the crown of the king here in WWE. And here we go. CM Punk's return to WrestleMania is underway against none other than Shinsuke Nakamura. And CM Punk, as expected, hot out of the gate as he drops Nakamura on his proverbial crown. And Punk, obviously, as we mentioned, expected to be hot out of the gate after Nakamura's assaults over the last couple of weeks. And I'll bite. CM Punk brought the last one upon himself. He went after Nakamura first on Monday Night Raw, but you can't blame CM Punk for wanting to get that retribution. But that right there is what CM Punk cannot do tonight. He cannot be overzealous. He cannot let his anger towards Nakamura's knockout blows blind him on the road to success. CM Punk leaves a window of opportunity. Nakamura, sure, my goodness, to waltz right through it and find his way to victory, but that might have been a knockout blow if I ever saw one. CM Punk off the Shining Wizard, not looking to leave any stone unturned here at WrestleMania. CM Punk told WWE.com that this WrestleMania return was personal tonight, and Nakamura threw down the gauntlet. Punk was going to give Shinsuke the fight he wanted. Two self-proclaimed kings, but only one can wear the crown, and so far it's looking like CM Punk is one step closer to the throne. into the cover. First one of the matchup, Nakamura getting the shoulder up. CM Punk already showing a little bit of frustration, but Punk's got to realize that Shinsuke Nakamura, maybe quite some time since he's been in the real main event, if you will, on Monday Night Raw, but Nakamura's a former champion. You saw the tail of the tape moments ago. Former NXT champion, Intercontinental champion, United States champion. Nakamura has main evented on this stage before. Former Royal Rumble match winner. Nakamura, no stranger to the big fight feel. Familiar territory as he looks to spoil CM Punk's WrestleMania homecoming. Nakamura misses wildly moments ago, and now CM Punk gonna make him pay. Double underhook, backbreaker, vintage CM Punk. You know, we'll bite. We have even called CM Punk the best in the world during his matches over the last couple of months, ever since he's made his return back at the Royal Rumble. Certainly made a case in doing so. 4-0 since his return, has yet to see his shoulders pinned to the canvas, but Nakamura feels he has an argument. Now's the time to put it all on display. CM Punk controlling majority of this matchup so far, but that does not mean that Shinsuke Nakamura ain't far behind. Talked about it a few times tonight already. If there's a proverbial finish line, Nakamura's looking to outrun CM Punk to it. Shinsuke Nakamura has walked down the aisle all over the world, especially in Japan, wearing that crown that he wore here tonight. Nakamura looking to put it back on after the bell sounds for a second time and truly show the world in his mind that he is the absolute best in this industry today. Call Nakamura the king of strong style because of those strikes, the ones we are seeing right here. A hard hit offense is what Shinsuke Nakamura brings to the table. CM Punk, however, believes he's an all-around athlete. Holy hell! I don't care how hard you hit. You get dropped on your neck, you ain't getting up. The same on Sunday morning. CM Punk with a pile driver here in Dallas, Texas. Nakamura looking dazed, looking confused, eyes going cross, and CM Punk delivering a shot right to the dome of the King of Strong Style. Nakamura, I don't know if he knows where he is right now, just gonna fight out of instinct. However, CM Punk looking to make him pay. Into the ropes he goes, scoop and a slam. Punk believes he is the best overall athlete this industry has to offer. The self-proclaimed king of pro wrestling, putting on a great showing so far, but Nakamura looking to turn the tables. Black hole slam, an effective maneuver in this WrestleMania matchup. Now going to the back of CM Punk. Nakamura has really worked a lot on the midsection, the rib cage, and now the back of CM Punk throughout this matchup. Notice his strikes, notice his kicks, and notice maneuvers like that. Taking CM Punk off his feet and forcing him to fall backwards, right on the back once more. Nakamura, after that pile driver, maybe feeling a sense of urgency. CM Punk not looking to give Nakamura any wiggle room. Vintage neck breaker. Back and forth, the pendulum of momentum swings in this matchup. This is what WrestleMania is all about. The best of the best fighting to see who truly is the best. This is what WrestleMania is all about. This is where superstars, this is where legends are made, legacies are created. Both of these men have been on this stage numerous times throughout their career, but tonight, no bigger than any other. Nakamura scaling the ropes, and another knee to the back of CM Punk. Punk has got to be feeling it. Several shots to the back, to the rib cage. Shinsuke Nakamura coming in with a calculated plan tonight. I don't know what he's got in mind. CM Punk on the ropes right now, but Nakamura's not taking advantage. Or is he? Lying in wait. Nakamura picking his spots, slowing down the pace of this matchup and looking to pick apart CM Punk. Hold that thought. Once again, Punk looking to take the advantage back in this matchup. Going for the crossbody, nobody home. Punk did not have his whereabouts about him. Elected for the springboard, clearly a misstep. and a misjudge of Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura taking advantage with a couple of mean knees to the head, and now on the shoulders. Shinsuke delivering the Death Valley driver. And that may do it. CM Punk with the shoulder up, but damage certainly done to the self-proclaimed King of Pro Wrestling. Nakamura now closing that gap between himself and CM Punk. Punk roll to the outside, hoping to catch a breather. Nakamura knows he cannot allow it tonight of all nights. Again, that Death Valley driver right to the back and to the midsection. And now right into the LED board at ringside. CM Punk is going to be feeling those rib cages for quite some time after this matchup. Getting ragdolled around ringside, and I think Nakamura right now realizes he has a weakened CM Punk and is just looking to pick the bones here at WrestleMania. I mean, look at CM Punk, all kinds of wobbly at ringside. Not sent to the ring by will, but by force of Nakamura. CM Punk, a proverbial puppet, being forced into the motions issued upon him by Shinsuke. Now into the ropes, and an arm drag. And Punk immediately nursing that back. Nakamura looking to strike while the iron's hot. But CM Punk with his back up against the wall. Couple of elbows. Wait a minute here. This is what Nakamura cannot allow. A rally from CM Punk. So that kick right to the jaw. Punk starting a rally. Dallas, Texas coming alive. Nakamura was really slowing down the pace of this matchup, breaking down CM Punk bone by bone. Punk knew it was now or never to get back, and now we are seeing a resurgence, we should say, of Punk in this match. And now it's Nakamura down and out here in AT&T Stadium. Will CM Punk be able to capitalize here? Oh my goodness, look at the bridge. And CM Punk, rookie mistake that time, close to the ropes, unable to lock in that submission hold for a sustained period of time, but nonetheless, that might have just been an ego by CM Punk. Kind of dishing out to Nakamura that you haven't done enough. I still got tools left in the hat. And now where's Punk heading? To the top of the proverbial mountain, dropping the vintage elbow, dishing the pain right to the back of Nakamura that Nakamura has dished to him. Into the cover. But Nakamura is still alive. Vintage elbow drop by CM Punk. Shinsuke Nakamura still into this matchup, but you see how Punk has started to target the back of Shinsuke Nakamura, just as Nakamura has done to him. The submission hold attempt a few moments ago, the elbow, the kick right before Nakamura rolled to the outside, and now Shinsuke we're going to once again create some distance this time, and a kick right to the, I don't even know if he caught the rib cage, maybe the jaw. Oh, wait a minute. Kinshasa on the outside of the ring. History repeats itself from Monday Night Raw 2 weeks ago. CM Punk may be out cold thanks to a Kinshasa by Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't think Nakamura cares how he wins this matchup. He'll take a count out. Unfortunately for him, CM Punk is still into this. Or is he? Punk making his way back into the ring, but is just met with more strikes by Nakamura and sent right back to ringside. Shinsuke Nakamura with a calculated plan tonight. Took out the back and is focused on the jaw as well. Could be looking to take out CM Punk's psyche. Take out his equilibrium. Make sure CM Punk cannot focus on the fight. Whatever Nakamura's plan is, if you look at the body language of CM Punk, you gotta believe it's working for him. Nakamura full head of steam. Punk with the legs up. Another kick right to the back. Nakamura looking fresh as a daisy as CM Punk wipes out once more. And into the cover. And you gotta believe this is gonna do it. Here at WrestleMania, not just yet. CM Punk pops the shoulder off the canvas. Nakamura delivered the king shots a few moments ago at ringside, and all the offense on top of it. But CM Punk with a knife left in him, and an anaconda vice inside the squared circle. Nakamura's in the trap, and there may be nowhere to run for the King of Strong Style. CM Punk given the submission hold, all he's got in the tank. But how much does Punk have in the tank? That is the question. Nakamura may be trapped, but how long can CM Punk hold on? Nakamura targeting the back with those knees. A lot of offense on that spine. And now again, off the neck breaker. Man, notice how quick Nakamura turned the tables on Punk. Within moments, Punk finds himself in the advantage with the anaconda vice. Then Nakamura drops him, but now it's Punk dropping Nakamura. You've got a barn burner on our hands as Nakamura's at ringside, and CM Punk forced to go high risk, and fortunately for him, high reward. And now at ringside, once more CM Punk with his neck breaker. Seen a lot of holds like that throughout this matchup. A lot of targeting of the back and the neck. Plays right into the style of both of these men. Remember that pile driver on the early moments of this matchup delivered by CM Punk, a rare occurrence. Nakamura's had to be feeling it ever since. Now on the outside, CM Punk the aggressor momentarily. Will he be able to stay in the driver's seat? Nakamura brought back inside the squared circle, and now it's CM Punk once more, scaling the ropes, but went to the well too many times with the elbow drop. Nakamura did his homework. And now over the head once more. The King of Strong Style, always with a trick up his sleeve. And now once going back to these knees, drilling CM Punk. My goodness. And Punk is gonna feel those ones tomorrow morning. Shinsuke Nakamura has thrown a plethora of strikes throughout this matchup. CM Punk has as well, but I'm sure it is an unbalanced card as Nakamura now awaits a hurting CM Punk. Punk creating some distance. Wait a minute. Fireman's carry position. Go to sleep out of nowhere by CM Punk. That is it. CM Punk scores victory. What a win by the best in the world. Certainly, with his back up against the wall several times throughout this matchup, Nakamura giving CM Punk his hardest fought battle since his WWE return, but the best in the world truly earns the title of that name here tonight in Dallas, Texas.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
Well, CM Punk goes to 5-0 since his return back at the Royal Rumble on January the 7th. You know what? Credit where credit's due. You may not like the actions of Nakamura as of late, but you cannot discount the effort. He gave CM Punk a fight from pillar to post, but Punk caught him at the opportune time. A GTS knocks Shinsuke Nakamura out cold in the middle of AT&T Stadium. CM Punk's return to WrestleMania is a successful one here tonight. Coming your way on Saturday night, April the 13th, witness the aftermath of WrestleMania as the superstars of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown head to San Juan, Puerto Rico for the 2024 Backlash. This international live premiere event streams live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday night, April the 13th. And as a new season approaches, what will these superstars have in store? You haven't seen anything yet, and nothing can prepare you for the Backlash. What has been quite the night already here in AT&T Stadium, but it is time to decide the World Tag Team Championship on behalf of Monday Night Raw. The #1 contenders, Raw side of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winners, Jay and Jimmy. The Usos are back at the grandest stage and looking to win gold all over again. Jay and Jimmy returned in the first round of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Throughout that tournament, they turned away Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods of the New Day, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson of Pretty Deadly, and Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford of the Street Profits in the finals. Usos also own recent victories over Cameron Grimes and Cedric Alexander, Jimmy Uso with a victory over Montez Ford, Jay with a victory over Finn Balor this past Monday night on Raw. It is safe to say that Jay and Jimmy have been red hot ever since their return. But the massive question that looms over AT&T Stadium tonight is all the momentum enough to take down the 2023 Tag Team of the Year, the two-time World Tag Team Champions, and the team that proclaims they are the greatest duo to ever step foot in a Monday Night Raw ring. You were looking at the Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest. You were looking at the Prince, Finn Balor, collectively known as the Judgment Day. In the midst of their second reign as World Tag Team Champions, Damian Priest and Finn Balor have collectively held the gold for 174 days over the last 12 months. They have stepped in there with some of the best teams that the WWE has to offer, from the Street Profits to the Brawling Brutes. You name it, the Judgment Day have fought them. But this is the first time throughout their career that they will ever grace the squared circle with Jay and Jimmy Uso. And if Balor and Priest want to back up their claims of being the greatest tag team to ever compete on the Monday Night Raw roster, well, tonight is the night to do it. The Usos, without a doubt, one of the greatest tag teams of all time. They are back for new competition, and they are back for championship gold.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 493 pounds, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. And their opponents at a combined weight of 439 pounds. They are the World Tag Team Champions, Finn Balor and Damian Priest, the Judgment Day.
As we mentioned, for the Judgment Day, over a collective 174 days as champions, they have defeated Ricochet and Mustafa Ali, the Street Profits, the OC, the New Day, a series of matches with the Brawling Brutes, including victories in a tornado tag and a ladder match back on Christmas night. But here at WrestleMania, they may have met their match in Jay and Jimmy Uso. Only time will tell. The bell has sounded and we are underway for the World Tag Team titles. We talked about it the night Jay and Jimmy returned to Monday Night Raw. They graced us with the words that simply said they are back for new competition. They were back to compete in a tournament that they've never competed in before, that being the Dusty Cup. And they were back to win championship gold all over again. And tonight can truly be the culmination of all of that, but if the Judgment Day have anything to say about it, the Usos not going to get their wish. Finn Balor taking out both members of the Usos in the early going. See how these brothers are able to bounce back as this matchup progresses. Jimmy Uso taking Finn to the outside in the early moments. Jay and Balor locking horns. And Jimmy going after Damian Priest. Well, I guess anything's legal And it's all fair and love and war. Baszler took out the Judgment, or I should say Baszler took out the Usos first. Jimmy taking out the Judgment Day. Remember what happened again this past Monday Night on Raw. Jey Uso with a huge victory over the Prince Finn Balor. How is that weighing on the psyche of not only Balor but also Damian Priest? Knowing how red hot the Usos have been since their Monday Night Raw return, they have yet to see defeat. Are the Judgment Day coming to this match a little worried tonight, knowing the odds may be stacked against the champions for the first time in their reign? The Usos have held championship gold all across the WWE, stepped away from the WWE over 2 years ago after they felt they accomplished all they needed to do. New tag teams emerged, new opportunities arose, and new competition for the Usos to test themselves against, which is why they are back here at WrestleMania. And off the super kicks, Jey Uso is met with some of that new competition at full force. The Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest, looking to eradicate Jey Uso. Into the cover, Jimmy with the breakup. Damian Priest and Finn Balor, as we mentioned, they have won tag team championships and retained them in tornado tag team matches and a ladder matchup against the Brawling Brutes back on Christmas night of last year. High caliber pay-per-view situations. Now right back at it here at WrestleMania. It was after WrestleMania last year that Priest and Balor came together, that the Judgment Day was formed, and they have really taken over Monday Night Raw for the most part ever since. But tonight is put up or shut up for Priest, Balor, and even Rhea Ripley, who will see defend her title later tonight. Meanwhile, Jey Uso, combination strikes on Damian Priest. The Usos have really had a target on their back over the last few weeks. Obviously, the Street Profits, two men extremely upset with Jey and Jimmy Uso after they fell short to the brothers back at the Elimination Chamber in the finals of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And it's because of maneuvers like that. Let's hold that thought. Jimmy into the pinfall here. Going for it. Finn Balor going to break things up. Remember just a number of weeks ago, Jey and Jimmy, big-time victory over Cedric Alexander and Cameron Grimes. But it was after the matchup where they were ambushed, but it wasn't by the Judgment Day. It was by Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. We're obviously upset that the Usos are getting this opportunity tonight, and not them. But meanwhile, you look inside, and now outside the squared circle, and I don't know who would want to be on the receiving end of a flying Damian Priest. Guess you do what you gotta do when the championships are on the line. But Damian Priest looking to give his best shot and wear down the Usos by hook or by crook. In between the ropes or outside of them. Just tangling up Jey with this sleeper hold-like submission. Excuse me, Jimmy Uso trying to create a little distance and send him into the barricade. Usos can't win the titles via countout. Jimmy knows that, heading back inside of the ring. And now it's Damian Priest in the drop zone as Jimmy goes soaring through the skies like a Dallas Maverick. Great high offense between both of these teams, but who's going to take the most advantage? Jimmy Uso sending Damian Priest back between the ropes. Can he take advantage? Well, maybe not. Priest off the duck. Face first goes Jimmy. To retain the titles, and Jey Uso still with his feet underneath of him. Judgment Day could be nearing a retention of the gold, could be going south of heaven, but Jimmy Uso with a headbutt. You never want to be on the receiving end of a Samoan headbutt. The Judgment Day have gone the distance with some of the best teams WWE has to offer, and they better be prepared to do so with the Usos tonight. No strangers to high-profile matches. Damian Priest with the tag to Finn Balor. Jey Uso now the legal man. Back where we were 6 nights ago, should say 5 nights ago, on Monday Night Raw. Finn Balor hoisting Jey Uso in the sky. And Balor delivered this maneuver on Raw. It wasn't enough for the victory. Maybe tonight would have been a different story had Jey Uso not sidestepped him. A roll-up that time, but not the result the Usos were hoping for. Momentum picking up a little bit with main event Jey Uso and the Prince Finn Balor. Balor going for another strike. May have been overzealous. Jey Uso off the reversal this time. He gets set into the corner. Balor full head of steam. And look at the speed that Finn Balor has brought upon this matchup since getting tagged in. Jey not knowing what hit him. Now Jey Uso on the receiving end of a Judgment Day beatdown, and he has been brought, not by will, but by force, into enemy territory. Off the tag, and now Damian Priest with some fresh legs underneath of him. We talked about the Usos being ambushed by Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford a number of weeks ago, and that's certainly continued to put a target on the Usos' back, but what about what happened just 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw? Jimmy successful in that one-on-one match against Montez Ford. And then during the replay, we had to rapidly cut back to the ring. The Judgment Day ambushing the Usos with a pair of steel chairs. Obviously, Jey continued to fight on Raw this past week against Finn Balor. Gotta imagine the Usos may not be 100% tonight after those recent attacks and keeping up a very busy schedule. Well, you got the Judgment Day. Last time we saw them in the ring in tag team action, about 3 weeks ago in the Red Brand, successful against Brutus and Julius, the Creed brothers. Judgment Day have been damn near perfect every time they've had the gold around their waist. The reason why collectively, over 2 championship reigns, they have held the titles for 174 days of the last 365. It's because of maneuvers like this as Finn Balor once again muscling down main event Jey Uso into the cover, but Jimmy gonna break things up. And that bloodline of Jey and Jimmy, the brotherhood between them, may be their best strong suit in this matchup. Obviously quick to jump in the line of fire if need be for one another. And certainly to save the day if need be in this World Tag Team title matchup. Jey Uso in trouble. Shot out like a cannon is Finn Balor off the drop kick. Into the cover, but again, Jimmy saving the day. Jey Uso's in the drop zone right now. Familiar territory as Balor scales the ropes. Thought he was going to go for the coup de grace. Maybe not. Jey Uso once again getting his lights turned off. A missile drop kick. And Jey is in much need of a tag, but I don't know if he's got the wherewithal to get there. Once again being brought into Judgment Day territory. Most importantly, enemy territory. And the World Tag Team Champions looking to pick the scraps of main event Jey Uso. The Usos have been red hot since their Monday Night Raw return, have not seen defeat, but that wave of momentum may come crashing down here at WrestleMania. Against what more fitting of a team than the 2023 Tag Team of the Year, Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Priest off the top, very uncharacteristic, but obviously willing to throw caution in the wind in the means of success. But you notice Priest with the tag to Balor and was not keeping his eye on main event Jey Uso. Tag is made, Jimmy exploding out of the corner. Samoan drop. Jimmy Uso to win the titles. Not just yet. Finn Balor gets the shoulder up in a close call. The Judgment Day's reign almost coming to an end. The second reign of Balor and Priest kicked off back on December the 10th at Armageddon, defeating the Brawling Brutes in a Tornado Tag Team matchup. They have defended them successfully ever since. Will they be able to get through this bloodline tonight? Not if Jimmy Uso keeps it up. Superplex down to the middle of the squared circle. Shake it off the cobwebs, a little bit of delayed cover that time. Gave Damian Priest a moment to get inside the squared circle. Nonetheless, the fight rolls on here at WrestleMania. Balor looking to get his hands on Jimmy Uso. Jimmy dodging it momentarily. Back and forth we go. Jimmy, wait a minute, might have got caught. Too much sizzle, not enough steak, as he gets dropped right on his crown. The Judgment Day retaining the gold, not just yet. And you hear the crowd here in Dallas. Tag Team Wrestling on display here at WrestleMania. Better than it's ever been. And the 2024 Raw Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winners looking to get back into this tag team title matchup. Jimmy Uso with a mean shot a few moments ago. One his cousin The Rock would be proud of. And now Jimmy with a drop kick to the corner. Tomorrow night we will see the SmackDown Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic and the WWE Tag Team titles decided. But tonight the spotlight's on these two duos from Monday Night Raw. Jimmy Uso with a shout out to one of the greatest tag teams of all time in the Hardy Boys, a whisper in the wind. Keeping his foot on the gas pedal, exactly what the Usos need to do. Against the ever-resilient Judgment Day. And now it's Finn Balor, who may be in the drop zone. Uso splash, call it a 3. Not just yet, Damian Priest not allowing it. Uso splash, the same splash that awarded Jimmy a victory over Montez Ford 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately not to be so far tonight. And Finn Balor, talk about turning the match on its head. Double boots right to the chest. Trying to absolutely collapse the chest cavity of Jimmy Uso. Adds a little bit more stake to it. Double knees right to the jaw. I should say to the chest cavity once more as Jimmy Uso brought right to the corner. Business picking up with a tag team matchup here. Both teams starting to throw some live rounds, throwing their best shots at each other. All in the means of leaving WrestleMania as the World Tag Team Champions. Jimmy Uso trying to find a will if there's a way. Balor may be feeling the fatigue as we start to enter some championship rounds in this tag team title match, and we should expect nothing less. We talked about it earlier. The Judgment Day willing to go the distance if need be. We've seen it last year at SummerSlam against the OC. A resilient fight against the New Day back at the Royal Rumble. The Judgment Day not afraid to enter deep waters. The Usos very familiar as well. Here we go, into the ropes goes Jay. May be tagged in as the legal competitor, but so is Damian Priest. And only one man can get the upper hand, and it may be the one representing the Judgment Day. The black and purple versus the white and red, but who is going to leave with the gold? Well, Damian Priest soaking in the pageantry of his own offense moments ago. But the fight is not over yet. Damian Priest, wait a minute, the reckoning on Jey Uso. It has been quite some time since Priest pulled out that maneuver. We've gotten so used to the South of Heaven as Damian Priest pulls out the reckoning. Oh, wait a minute, say its name and it may appear. South of Heaven to Jey Uso. Into the cover, but thankfully for Jey, Jimmy's still on his feet. Damian Priest dishing out some of his best maneuvers, but unfortunately the bloodline may run deeper. Jey with a drop toe hold. May have been a resilient effort to get the momentum back on his side, but how much does Jey have left in the tank after taking some of Damian Priest's best shots? The proverbial live rounds being thrown as Jey delivers a thrust kick right to the rib cage. Another one that time does not land flush. Damian Priest may as well be a knockout blow. Jey is hurt. Jey is down. Finn Balor looking to pick the bones. Not just yet. Into the corner. And this time it's Finn Balor who's in enemy territory. Tag made to Jimmy Uso. And a double super kick heard around the world, but especially thunderous here in Dallas, Texas. Pop up, Samoa drop, reversal by Balor. What a counter that time. Balor skinning the cat and landed on his feet, but Jimmy Uso now. Sending Balor into the corner. Who is going to gain the momentum in this matchup? Scooping a slam, Jimmy Uso feeling it. Finn Balor down and out. Can he capitalize? Oh, man! Man, we talked about a Samoan headbutt earlier. That one was delivered with some emphatic force, if I ever saw one. Finn Balor's gonna feel that one on Sunday morning. Maybe even Monday morning. Tag made to Jay. Pop up. Samoan drop. Could be sayonara for the Judgment Day's title reign had Balor not escaped. Look out for Jay. Baseball slide. Finn Balor might have saved the Judgment Day's chances right there, rolling to the outside. Unfortunately for him, he's met with a couple of shots by Jey Uso. Fatigue obviously setting in. Adrenaline the only thing fueling these four duos. Two duos, four superstars, let's get it right. Another reversal by the Prince. Another reversal by Jay. And these are the fights you live for, especially at WrestleMania when the World Tag Team titles are on the line. The Usos have had a target on their back. The Judgment Day looking to take them out once and for all and proclaim their spot as the greatest tag team in Raw history, something they have been preaching week in and week out for months on the red brand. But the Usos did not come all this way, did not make their return to the Monday Night Raw roster, did not fight through 3 rounds of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic to ultimately come up short. Only one team can get their hand raised and leave with the World Tag Team titles. Damian Priest off the springboard. Into the cover. Could be all she wrote. Not if Jimmy Uso's got anything to say about it. I'll tell you what, man, we are witnessing a phenomenal tag team matchup here at WrestleMania. This is going to be a fight that we remember for years to come. Now Damian Priest, with whatever he's got left in the tank, a broken arrow on Jey Uso. Priest continuing to pull out unexpected maneuvers. Back to the well, could have been looking for another reckoning as Jey had his back turned, but luckily Jey familiar with the position. Oh, shot by Balor. Not allowing an Uso comeback. The Judgment Day trying anything to take the wind out of the sails of main event Jey Uso as well as Jimmy. Jey able to get Damian Priest off his back, but he's got Finn Balor on his tail. Jey bringing Balor to the corner, or at least to the opposite side of the ring, away from Judgment Day territory. Reversal that time. This very well may come down to who's got that last shot, that last final blow that's got enough oomph behind it, enough power to keep their opponent down for good. Jey with another thrust kick right to the rib cage, sending Balor into the corner. Balor all kinds of dazed. Jey just trying to shake the cobwebs off, continue on fighting. He knows the goal at the end of the finish line. Tag made to Finn Balor. Wait a minute! 1D! Jimmy Uso tagged in. 1D delivered into the cover to win the titles. Finn Balor kicks out. At 2.9, Finn Balor getting the shoulder off the canvas, and you had to believe that was it. The Usos thought they had the Judgment Day figured out. And Jimmy taking out Damian Priest for good measures. Balor in the skies, nobody in the drop zone. It's now or never for the Usos. The Judgment Day may be tranquilized. But Balor still trying to fight, trying to create some distance. May have survived the 1D, but he knows deep down in his heart of hearts that the damage was done. Oh, Damian Priest with a last-ditch effort. Jimmy Uso fighting between a rock and a hard place. Finn Balor with Jimmy up against the corner once more in the middle of this high-profile World Tag Team title bout. Now what does Balor have in mind? Jey skinning the cat, but only to be met with double boots by Balor. Tag made to Priest. Damian Priest, the freshest man, at least at the current moment. But Jey Uso, mean shot to the jaw. And again, it's Damian Priest. Man, back and forth, Jimmy and Priest, or Jimmy and Baszler, whatever combination it's been over the last few minutes. Everybody just trying to gain an inch, get an edge. And Jimmy delivers another whisper in the wind, this time to the Archer of Infamy. Pop up, Samoan drop. Jimmy elects not to go for the cover, takes out Finn Balor as he's still standing on his own two souls. Jimmy going to the top. What has Uso got in mind? Whisper in the wind on a down Damian Priest, yet nobody's home. In trouble, the Usos are, maybe not. Priest down once more. Jimmy's got to capitalize. Off the top, Uso splash, count it, ref. Damian Priest kicks out again. The Usos have done all they can do. They have thrown every shot they have. The tanks are empty. The Usos are running on absolutely E. One more tag to Jay. Can the Usos figure it out? They are realizing firsthand why the Judgment Day have caused the destruction that they have caused over the last 12 months. Jay on top. Uso splash to Damian Priest. Does he got him here? No! Balor is up, and as long as there is one man still standing on his own 2 feet, that the Judgment Day gonna continue forward. Balor knocked off the apron. Jey Uso with his eyes locked. Spine buster! One more time. Main event, Jey Uso. Uso splash! They got it! The Usos have done it! The Judgment Day fought till a broken, bitter end, but tonight they have met their match in not only the Bloodline's finest in Jimmy, but main event Jey Uso walking in and leaving WrestleMania with the gold.
Here are your winners, Jimmy and Jey, the Usos.
Chalk it up for Match of the Year candidate, the Judgment Day, who have taken the center focus of Monday Night Raw over the last 12 months, walk into the grandest stage, but meet their match in one of the greatest tag teams, if not the greatest tag team to ever do it. Jay and Jimmy cementing their return under the brightest lights, leaving WrestleMania your brand new World Tag Team Champions on behalf of Raw. Remember the name of the Usos. As one season comes to an end, a whole new one begins to blossom, and we kick off a new season with the best of the best from Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown live and in action. It all begins on Monday, March 11th, as Raw comes your way live from Madison Square Garden in New York City. And then SmackDown heads to the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. An all-new season in the WWE is coming your way, and you haven't seen anything yet. WrestleMania has certainly been a night we will never forget, and the action continues 24 hours from now at WrestleMania Sunday. But still plenty of action to come here tonight in AT&T Stadium, including up next from Friday Night SmackDown, the Rated R Superstar Edge taking on the certified badass known as Bron Breakker. First time ever one-on-one collision for Edge. It is about teaching Bron Breakker a lesson in respect. But for Breakker, it's about finally accomplishing that big-time victory on a big stage that he has seeked over the last 12 months. We want to take you back to SmackDown 2 weeks ago, where the situation between these two superstars certainly was an ante that got upped. My goodness, Randy, wait a minute, Bron Breakker now! The hell is going on? Edge here at ringside, and he's getting ambushed by the badass. Things are breaking down here in the Delta Center. Cody victorious over Edge, but their WrestleMania opponents have reared their ugly heads, and Breakker putting Edge straight through the barricade. The badass son of a bitch, Bron Breakker. Pure decimation of the Rated R Superstar is on the mind of the badass Bron Breakker.
The foe is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 230 pounds, Bron Breakker.
This former two-time NXT champion made his SmackDown debut last March, and although has been extremely impressive and has fought against some of the best, Breakker seeks that big-time victory under a big fight feel. We've seen Breakker challenge for championship gold against Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. He's competed in the Royal Rumble and the Elimination Chamber, but things have not always gone the way of this young superstar. Breakker hopes that tonight at WrestleMania is the, no pun intended, but breakout performance in his young career, the ability to take the next step on Friday Night SmackDown.
You think you know me?
The rumors of the Rated R Superstar's demise may have been greatly exaggerated because Edge is live and in living color. And whether it's one more go-around or the kickoff to a whole new chapter, Edge walks down the aisle yet again here at WrestleMania, ready to go to war with one of the most badass superstars this business has ever seen.
And his opponent from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 249 pounds.
Edge spent 2023 looking for championship gold as recognition to all his hard work throughout his legendary career. Things have not gone the way that the Rated R Superstar would have liked, and he finds himself in a very interesting situation tonight. Not a situation that Edge likes to be in. Bron Breakker is looking to use the Rated R Superstar, the Hall of Famer, as a stepping stone in his young career. Edge at a crossroads in his career. And here we go, right out of the gate, Edge hot at Bron Breakker and getting caught with a belly-to-belly suplex and making a dose. Remember, this all started a number of weeks ago on SmackDown. Breakker, frustrated after coming up short in the Elimination Chamber, looked to take it out on the one and only Ricochet. Edge made the save, and a brawl instituted in the middle of the SmackDown ring. Edge left Breakker laying with a number of spears, and the young Bron Breakker has not forgotten about it. Breakker wanted Edge to fight here at WrestleMania, one-on-one between the bells, and the Hall of Famer at this stage in his career never one to turn away a challenge. Many have rumored over the last number of weeks and even months that Edge, as unsuccessful as he has been in some of these high-profile matches, may be looking at the end of the road in his Hall of Fame career, and we really haven't got much discussion out of the Rated R Superstar around that, but all we know is that Edge looks at WrestleMania tonight as a crossroads. A victory against Bron Breakker may be the kickoff to a whole new chapter. A loss, well, that might just be the final nail in the proverbial coffin of the Rated R Superstar's career. Edge came hot out of the gate, looking to seek some payback after being put through the barricade 2 weeks ago, and Bron Breakker has been all over him like the dog that he is. Left Edge a little bit of hesitation there. And here's the Hall of Famer all over Bron Breakker. You know, Edge walked into WrestleMania last year, was unsuccessful in a tag team bout, took a few months off to really think about what his career had left to really have in store and for him to accomplish it. Edge came back last summer to Friday Night SmackDown hoping to claim the World Heavyweight Championship, and unfortunately for him, numerous attempts, numerous occasions, just did not go the way of the Rated R Superstar. And that psychological thinking and all those days that Edge spent thinking that maybe his time has passed and maybe it's not time to be the World Heavyweight Champion. That can do a number on you. Edge is hoping this match tonight can remind him just who the hell he is. The iconoclast, the ultimate opportunist, the Rated R Superstar. Bron Breakker, win, lose, or draw, is somebody we have discussed at great lengths about being truly a superstar of tomorrow. Not if Edge has any say about it. Did you see the emphasis behind that lariat? Spinning Breakker inside out. You know, Bron Breakker, as we talked about, is going to be a future main event star on SmackDown, no doubt about it. Remember last year he took on Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship, took on Cody Rhodes for the United States Championship. Those are some of the losses that we discussed with Bron Breakker, and really needs to see that development, if you will, for the young man. It's put up or shut up for Bron Breakker tonight. Tonight could be the coming out party. Or tonight could be just another stepping stone for Edge's career. Bron Breakker off the mean spine buster. Just taking down Edge, trying to take the wind out of the sails. Oh, wait a minute. Full head of steam. Bron Breakker running at him, but Edge saw it coming from a mile away. And those are some of the naive mistakes that Breakker has made ever since making his SmackDown debut almost 1 year ago. They've really cost him in these high-profile matches. Overzealous at times, letting his anger and frustration get the best of him. Many have seen opportunities, many have seen holes in the game of Bron Breakker, and that is where he has fallen. Tonight, as we mentioned, put up or shut up for Bron Breakker here at WrestleMania. His first WrestleMania. What bigger way to make your debut on the show of shows than one-on-one with a man who has done it all in this business. And here comes Edge, soaring off the top rope. Edge not looking to go down without a fight tonight. An uncertain future. Edge will not see it without leaving every stone unturned. Off the top, adds a backbreaker to Bron Breakker, excuse me. That is a tongue twister. Bron Breakker all kinds of dazed, needing the ropes just to get to his feet. Wait a minute, Edge, full head of steam. Look out below! A spear to ringside! My God! Edge leaving it all out there tonight. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. The Rated R Superstar telling Bron Breakker, you want to take the next step. You want to use me as a stepping stone. You're going to have to do it over my cold, dead body. Bron Breakker wants to level up on SmackDown. Well, he is not going to get there without going through a war with a man who has been there, done that, done it all, accomplished everything there is to do. The Rated R Superstar doesn't need this fight in the long run, but Edge willing to give Bron Breakker the war that he wanted. Oh! The spear to the outside might have revved up the engines, but Bron Breakker, the young, hungry superstar, still got fight left in him. Bear hug. Trying to squeeze the life out of the Hall of Famer. You know, we have never taken anything away from the talents of the former two-time NXT champion. Earned those accolades early on in his career for a reason. Just a bad attitude that Bron Breakker has really had ever since making his SmackDown debut that has really turned a lot of people sour on him, if you will. But you see the talent, you see the effort, you see the dog that Bron Breakker's got inside of him that's getting unleashed, breaking through his cage, unloading on Edge. Series of powerful maneuvers, but Edge has felt it before, and he has gotten up from the worst of it. And we talked to Edge earlier this week in a WWE.com interview where we discussed a lot about what we already discussed tonight, a possible crossroads. And even though Edge has been very brief, hasn't said much about it, one thing he talked about in regards to this matchup with Bron Breakker is the power game of the badass. And also the agility. Edge has compared Bron Breakker to a young Bobby Lashley, compared the power to Dave Bautista, the Animal himself. Of course, talking about Bron Breakker's family lineage, the Steiners. Edge says Bron Breakker has all the tools to be a main event star, but he's gotten in his own way more often than not. And obviously the disrespect that Bron Breakker has dealt to not only the Rated R Superstar, but a number of superstars in the SmackDown locker room, something that Edge is looking to teach Bron Breakker here at WrestleMania. Breakker sent into the corner by the Rated R Superstar, who approaches him with his own game plan in mind. Wait a minute, off the middle, buckle, off of Brett's rope with the snap neck breaker into the cover. And Breakker gets the shoulder up, much to the chagrin of Dallas, Texas, who is at least an appreciation of the effort by these two superstars. Now, wait a minute. That could be ball game. Execution into the cover goes Edge. And that Impaler DDT that Edge has made famous, not gonna be what puts Bron Breakker down tonight. And Edge loading up and sending Breakker outskirts of the squared circle. Breakker on the outside, Edge once more, they full head of steam, and a dive that the dead man, The Undertaker, would be proud of. We said it before, we'll say it again. Edge not looking to leave any stone unturned here at the grandest stage of them all. Bron Breakker is feeling the worst of it from the Rated R Superstar right now. And we haven't even seen all of Edge's cards yet. This all goes back to that lesson in respect that Edge is looking to dish out tonight. Went for a punt kick, nobody home. In the home of the Dallas Cowboys, Edge misses wildly, on cue if that. Bron Breakker now. Power game in Bron Breakker's arsenal as Edge finds out with a massive power bomb. And you see Breakker's looking to turn his attention to the corner, but Edge keeps getting up. Breakker could have been looking to wind up for that spear, deliver it to somebody who has delivered it best throughout his career. Breakker might have thrown some strong maneuvers, but the Rated R Superstar back to his feet, willing to deal with it tomorrow morning. This is WrestleMania. This is where you push through the pain. You let adrenaline flow you through the end. There is no live to fight tomorrow. It is live in the moment. Fight right now. Bron Breakker not looking to be staring up at the lights at his first WrestleMania, but the Rated R Superstar may be dealing that hand to him. Edge just trying to wear down Breakker. See the pace slowed down a little bit for the Rated R Superstar. Might have exhausted himself a tad off that dive to the outside a few moments ago. And then, of course, stack up the offense, such as this from Bron Breakker. German suplex from literally pillar to post. Now ragdolling the Iconoclast. Not something that you see very often. As Edge now, eating a mean one, right to the head. A live round, a closed fist. Bron Breakker in the corner. The dog about to come out in the badass. A spear to Edge of all superstars. Bron Breakker may have seen victory at his first WrestleMania. Edge hoisted in the air. Push slam could be coming, and it could be over. Lateral press into the cover. Edge is still alive. The Rated R Superstar will not give up, will not give in. And another massive lariat that turns Bron Breakker inside out. Now or never. Edge does not know what the future holds, which means one thing: live for the moment. And Bron Breakker's finding that out, that you may not be able to keep down a motivated as all hell Hall of Famer. Breakker sent to the corner. The Rated R Superstar to the best of his abilities on his tail, but obviously damage done as Breakker looking to take advantage of a weakened Rated R superstar. Oh, Edge calling his bluff on that shoulder block. Said, you're gonna have to give me more than that, kid. Face first, Breakker goes, and Edge with a shot. Breakker down, wait a minute. Edge looking to dish it right back to him. Spear, oh no! Spear incoming, but Breakker had it scouted, a DDT. Breakker countering Edge's best shot. Oh man, Breakker might have just took the wind out of his sails, and Edge could be headed into a storm. Edge was going for the spear, which could have been the end of this contest here at WrestleMania, but Bron Breakker, credit to the young man, did his homework. Was on the receiving end of that spear a number of weeks ago. That's what started it all. Edge still with enough life left in him to keep fighting, but I don't know, man. It's hard to get that spear, especially on somebody as game as Bron Breakker. But Edge's best hand just gets shown and not do him any good. Breakker set to the corner. Damage started to be stacked up. Edge scaling the ropes. What is the Rated R superstar got in mind? Just a pure, mean, and hard delivered elbow to the back. Wait a minute, Edge. Back into the corner. Could just be looking to rally, catch a little R&R, think up a new game plan. Edge has got to find a way. He has found a way many a times throughout his career. That is why he has earned the title of Ultimate Opportunist. But can he find a way to keep down Bron Breakker, who delivers a double underhook power slam? Back into the cover, but Edge able to get the shoulder up. And the naive Bron Breakker, young and frustrated, may be getting in his own way once again here tonight. Off the counter, both men going for shots, and Breakker just drew the lucky straw, delivered the elbow to the back of the head. But Edge gets up, headbutt. Nothing fancy about that, just delivered with emphatic force. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think Bron Breakker might have got split open a little bit on that headbutt. Maybe it was the nose, I'm not sure. Bron Breakker might have a busted up nose. Nonetheless, Edge hoisting Breakker up in the air, but Breakker still with some life. Charging at the Rated R superstar. Both these men just duking it out for position in this contest. Now it's Edge sent to the outside, and Breakker, full head of steam, over the top. Both men were jockeying for position. Only one man could get the upper hand. Well, I got to agree with the sentiments of Dallas, Texas. This indeed is an awesome contest here at WrestleMania between a star of tomorrow and a certified Hall of Famer. Bron Breakker might have dove over the ropes, but it's Edge who is in the upper hand right now. Charging at Breakker once again, and I'll tell you that lariat has been a favorite for the Rated R superstar. And Edge could be looking for a spear! Breakker may be out. The Rated R superstar with a spear. Again. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. We saw this a few weeks ago on SmackDown. This is where Edge, I gotta disagree here. This is where Edge has been in his own head, delivering a spear that could have got him the victory. But so many big-time losses in high-profile situations over the last year, Edge second-guessing his own work, wanted to go for a second spear like he did to Cody Rhodes 2 weeks ago, but this time it comes back to haunt him. Edge may be the one getting in his own way tonight. Man, you see it play out and you almost begin to realize how similar Edge and Bron Breakker's paths actually are. Except on two separate ends of their careers, and Bron Breakker's looking to kick his off truly tonight. Press slam. not to be denied, is the Iconoclast. Edge kicks out. Bron Breakker. What is it gonna take? The Rated R Superstar. Literally, might as well be saying, you gotta kill me to beat me inside of this ring, on this night, on this land, at WrestleMania. Will Edge breaking up his own spear attempt come back to cost him, like it did a few weeks ago on SmackDown against Cody Rhodes? Is the story rewriting itself now against Bron Breakker? Oh no. Breakker back into the corner. Look at the distance. A caged animal being let loose. Another spear by the badass. Breakker with a lifeless Rated R Superstar elects not to go for the cover. Bron Breakker came to WrestleMania for his breakout performance. Press slam. Down goes Edge into the cover. And it's over. Bron Breakker is victorious here at WrestleMania. And if that was the end of the line, then we only have one thing to say. Thank you, Edge.
Here is your winner, Bron Breakker.
Personal feelings aside, you gotta give credit where credit's due. Bron Breakker's last 12 months on SmackDown have been met with certainly not the results that he has been hoping for. But tonight, Breakker, by hook or by crook, fought one of the best to ever do it to the very end and earned the biggest victory of his WWE career. And like him or not, you are looking at a future star on SmackDown. WrestleMania Saturday set to continue as the WWE Women's Championship from Monday Night Raw is on the line. Liv Morgan, the #1 contender, contests for the gold against the champion, the Eradicator, the Nightmare, Rhea Ripley. This is a story that began back on January the 7th at the Royal Rumble, with Liv Morgan contested for the gold the first time around against Rhea Ripley herself. And unfortunately for Liv, she ended up going down on that night as just a stepping stone in the legacy of the Eradicator. Rhea Ripley with her most dominating performance yet in her championship reign, one that excelled her to retaining the gold. Rhea moved on to the Elimination Chamber, where she defended that very championship against the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Forced to adapt or perish, Rhea Ripley pulled out some new maneuvers in her arsenal and was able to withstand the offense of the Empress of Tomorrow. It was unfortunately a short-lived celebration for Rhea Ripley as Liv Morgan emerged for the first time since the Royal Rumble and staked her claim that their story was far from over. Liv Morgan then moved on to make her way through a fatal 5-way elimination matchup on Monday Night Raw to claim #1 contendership for one more go-around with the Nightmare. And then we take you back to Monday Night Raw this past week, where Rhea Ripley, yet another dominant performance in a non-title bout against the unholy Alba Fire. After the matchup, laying out Alba at ringside with yet another riptide, but then was met face-to-face with her WrestleMania Saturday opposer, Liv Morgan, sending a message that their story is far from over. And tonight, Liv Morgan bounces back and refuses to be a stepping stone in the legacy of the Nightmare.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Women's Championship.
It is truly now or never for Liv Morgan. As the eyes of the world look upon WrestleMania, Liv Morgan needs to capitalize on this #1 contendership, or championship opportunities may be dismissed for Liv Morgan. You saw the highlights from the Royal Rumble. And if you watched the matchup back on January the 7th, you saw firsthand how dominating Rhea Ripley's performance on that night was. That is a loss that Liv Morgan has not sat in well with. A former WWE Women's Champion in her own right, less than a year ago on Monday Night Raw. Liv Morgan is looking for her road to the championship glory to conclude once more here tonight, to leave WrestleMania Saturday with the gold. But the atmosphere just changes when the Nightmare, the Eradicator, the WWE Women's Champion, arrives on the scene. The 2023 Women's Money in the Bank winner cashed it in successfully and has now held that championship for 168 days. You were looking at the brutality of Rhea Bloody Ripley. Rhea Ripley has successfully defended that gold against the man Becky Lynch, against Alba Fire, against Liv Morgan, against Asuka, and those wins are not even including the victories that Rhea Ripley has raked up on Monday Night Raw in non-title matches over the last year since the formation of the Judgment Day. But I will tell you this, how is the psyche of the Nightmare affected, knowing that championship have already been eradicated from the Judgment Day itself here tonight at WrestleMania? The Usos taking away the World Tag Team titles from Damian Priest and Finn Balor. And as Balor and Priest return to the Judgment Day locker room, did it dawn upon Rhea Ripley that tonight may be the night that all the championships are absolutely on their expiration date from the black and purple brand?
Introducing the challenger from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan. And her opponent from Adelaide, Australia, she is the WWE Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley.
Well, here we go. A certain aura taking over AT&T Stadium as your co-main event of WrestleMania Saturday takes center stage. From Monday Night Raw, the WWE Women's Championship is on the line. The #1 contender, Liv Morgan, and the woman who has held the title for 168 days, Rhea Ripley. The bell has sounded and the Royal Rumble rematch is underway. And immediately out of the gate, Rhea Ripley looking to repeat history from January the 7th. Rhea ran over Liv Morgan like a ton of bricks at the Royal Rumble in Las Vegas. Liv has not forgotten. She has thought about it every night since. Tonight is put up or shut up. Bury the ghosts of the past or live with them forever. Rhea Ripley looking to turn away Liv Morgan for good. And you see Rhea hot out of the gate, just picking up really right where she left off back on January the 7th. Just running over Liv Morgan. Full head of steam, not giving her any room to breathe, is the Eradicator. Rhea Ripley, pound for pound, one of the strongest, one of the most dominant women in WWE history. Dare I say the most complete woman superstar in the industry today. Take nothing away from the attitude of the Judgment Day, and look strictly at the talents. Rhea has got it all, but Liv Morgan knows what it takes to get to the top of the mountain. It was May of 2023, the 14th of the month to be exact, at Vengeance last year, where Liv Morgan defeated Asuka to win the WWE Women's Championship. And I'll bite, it was a short-lived reign for Liv Morgan, upwards of only 4 weeks, but a champion nonetheless. Ever since then, Liv Morgan has been trying to regain championship gold, and she may have just done so that time. Quick pinfall attempt there. Liv Morgan off the spin kick, finally getting some offense in this match. Gonna take a lot more to keep down Rhea Ripley. Liv Morgan has fought through a lot over the last year, not only losing the WWE Women's Championship last summer. Back in London, England in October, Liv Morgan went down with an undisclosed injury, did not resurface for a couple of months until she earned #1 contendership to the Royal Rumble. We saw how that went. Ever since then, Liv has been hot on the pursuit of another matchup with Rhea Ripley. She earned it fair and square. It was not an easy task on Monday Night Raw. Turning away Asuka, Tiffany Stratton, Becky Lynch, and ultimately Roxanne Perez in the final few moments to win the Fatal 5-Way and earn this match tonight at WrestleMania Saturday. So now or never to make the most advantage of it. But Rhea Ripley looking to take the life out of Liv Morgan. Stomp out the heart, squash the championship desires, send her to the back of the line for good. Look at the strength of Rhea Ripley, something that has brought her great dividends throughout her championship reign. 2023 Women's Superstar of the Year as voted by you, the fans. The Nightmare herself, and certainly for good reason. Defeated the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler, another dominant woman here in the WWE. Back at No Mercy 168 days ago when she cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase. Rhea Ripley has defended that title in Principality Stadium, Cardiff, Wales, at Clash of the Castle, Madison Square Garden in New York City, an Extreme Rules matchup against Becky Lynch. Rhea's fought some of the best under the highest circumstances. Can she get through Liv Morgan once more here tonight at WrestleMania? Rhea obviously the favorite going into this matchup, but not if she makes overzealous mistakes like that. Liv Morgan saw it coming from a mile away. Rhea crashing and burning, and Liv takes advantage. You know, one thing that's very interesting coming into this matchup is Rhea Ripley and her history in matchups against Liv Morgan. Is Rhea so confident in her pursuit that she can defeat Liv Morgan, that she's underestimating the challenger tonight? If that is the case, Rhea may be doing herself a disservice. A misstep moments ago, but Rhea looking to take advantage. Never mind. Liv Morgan powering through, and never mind about that. Man, it is so hard to keep down Rhea Ripley. One of those few superstars, whether it be on Raw or SmackDown, where you'll hear us say it's one thing to knock them down, it's a whole nother thing to keep them there. Rhea's up there with that handful that's just so hard to defeat. It's so hard to just knock down a few sizes inside of that ring. Liv Morgan, we will bite, giving this fight her all tonight and trying her best to withstand the punishment of the Eradicator. Liv Morgan knows that championship opportunities do not come around every day. Wins and losses matter, and Liv absolutely earned this matchup tonight. But another loss to Rhea Ripley has got to send Liv Morgan to the farthest spot in the back of the line when it comes to contendership. Now or never is the tagline for Liv Morgan tonight. Trying to unload on Rhea Ripley with any offense she can get her hands on. Rhea may be a little bit rocked as Liv Morgan once again sending Rhea to the outside, and Liv Morgan may be looking to use her surroundings to her advantage tonight. Any advantage Liv can take, she's going to have to bite in this matchup, and it looks like Liv Morgan is the one successful off the high-risk maneuvers this go around. Over the top rope, Liv Morgan willing to risk it all. Sending the champion inside of the ring. Do we have a new champion here at WrestleMania? Not just yet. Rhea Ripley with the kick out. Liv Morgan gave it her all at the Royal Rumble, but it was still not enough. Rhea Ripley ran over her on that night, and with that headbutt, history about to be repeated. Maybe not. Maybe not. Liv Morgan surviving, but for how much longer? Nice sidestep. Liv stacking her up. Gonna steal the title, not just yet. And Liv Morgan All kinds of fired up here at WrestleMania. Able to withstand that mean headbutt moments ago, but for how much longer? Rhea once again sent to the outside. Spent a good portion of this match on the outskirts of the ring. Maybe a part of Liv Morgan's blueprint here tonight, but I don't care if it's inside the ring, outside of the ring. Rhea Ripley dangerous all around the globe. And we talked about moments before the bell sounded if Rhea Ripley's confidence was rocked, if Rhea Ripley's psyche was thrown off, that Finn Balor and Damian Priest lost the World Tag Team titles tonight, and that very well could be the case. Or it could be a confidence booster, or maybe just a ability to drive Rhea Ripley, if you want to call it that. Rhea could be using it as motivation not to see the same result. Off the top. Women's Championship to be retained. Not just yet, Liv Morgan still in this matchup. Rhea with a kick to the gut. And if she hits this, it could be all she wrote. Riptide. It ended it at the Royal Rumble, and it's gonna, not just yet, end it tonight. Liv Morgan finding it somehow deep inside of her to kick out of the Riptide. The maneuver that put the nail in her coffin back on January the 7th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Liv able to survive, trying her best to thrive. Rhea Ripley throwing her best shot. Liv Morgan's got to find a way. Kicking out of the Riptide is one thing. Taking advantage of a disheveled Rhea Ripley is another. Remember what we talked about last month at the Elimination Chamber? Rhea Ripley forced to adapt and find ways to win against the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Ended up tapping out Asuka on that night. Will she do the same to Liv Morgan? Look at the strength once again being displayed. Who is going to get the upper hand? These two women jockeying for position. Liv Morgan hits the ropes. Code breaker! Will that do it to win the title? Not just yet. Rhea Ripley gets the shoulder up, and another close call for tonight's challenger. Liv Morgan throwing one of her best shots now as she sends Rhea Ripley into the corner. Liv full head of steam. Knocks Rhea down to size. Double boots to the jaw. Gotta commend the effort of Liv Morgan. Win, lose, or draw tonight. She is throwing everything in the kitchen sink at the women's champion. But will it be enough? Many have tried, many have failed. Rhea has been untouchable for the better part of a year. 160 days as champion. 168 at that. But Liv Morgan taking a page out of Sami Zayn's book from the top of WrestleMania. Off the Frankensteiner. Opposite corner. Massive splash. Dead center of the ring to win the title. Liv Morgan's got to be scratching and clawing in the middle of her mind, wondering what it's going to take to keep down the Eradicator. Liv Morgan thought she had it off the combination from the sky. Unfortunately, not to be, as Rhea Ripley is still alive. Oh man, mean shot, nothing fancy about it. On the shoulders, face first. And that may be all she wrote. Will Rhea Ripley retain the title? Not just yet. Liv somehow, some way, still in this match. And wait a minute here. This is the same submission that tapped out Asuka back in Miami, Florida, all those weeks ago at the Elimination Chamber. Rhea Ripley, submission hold. Liv Morgan tied up. Rhea has thrown some of her best offense. Forced to adapt once again. Will this leg lock squash Liv Morgan's dreams of being WWE Women's Champion here at WrestleMania? Liv, ever resilient, rolls out from on it. And another shot to Rhea Ripley. Rolled out from underneath that submission. Creating some separation this time. Back on top. Liv going back to the well with what works. Frankensteiner does her justice once more. Dallas, Texas, in great appreciation for your co-main event of WrestleMania Saturday. So much more action to come 24 hours from tonight when we are live once again at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the season finale, the grand finale, WrestleMania Sunday. But tonight, it's Liv Morgan, it's Rhea Ripley. The WWE Women's title hangs in the balance. Rhea Ripley may have been taking Liv Morgan lightly tonight, may not have been expecting this fight. Rhea has thrown her best offense. All the maneuvers that have put away names like Becky Lynch and Asuka have not worked tonight against Liv Morgan. Into the ropes she goes. Rhea Ripley just ragdolled the challenger. Look at that agility, especially in championship rounds. You gotta be impressed with Rhea Bloody Ripley. Rhea now full head of steam, nobody home. Might have been a misstep. Oblivion! Liv Morgan might have caught her. A misstep by Rhea Ripley, and it cost her the Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley ran full head of steam to a game Liv Morgan. Liv caught her off guard, and Oblivion out of nowhere, and Rhea Ripley's championship reign has now been sent into the Oblivion as Liv has conquered the nightmare.
Here is your winner, and new WWE Women's Champion, Liv Morgan.
A 169th day in Rhea Ripley's championship reign was not to be. Liv Morgan challenged herself to fight the ghost of her past, and she came out on the other side. Royal Rumble is a distant memory as Liv Morgan creates new history tonight, walking into WrestleMania and eradicating the Eradicator herself, Liv Morgan, the new Women's Champion. Coming your way on Saturday night, April the 13th, witness the aftermath of WrestleMania as the superstars of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown head to San Juan, Puerto Rico for the 2024 Backlash. This international live premiere event streams live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday night, April the 13th. And as a new season approaches, what will these superstars have in store? You haven't seen anything yet, and nothing can prepare you for the Backlash. The lights are on bright here at WrestleMania Saturday, and there is one match to go. It is your main event for the World Heavyweight Championship as the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre, takes on the Ring General, Gunther. This is a matchup 104 days in the making. We look back at Survivor Series, November the 19th of last year, when Drew McIntyre's 267-day championship reign came to an end by hands of the Ring General Gunther. Gunther has accomplished many incredible feats throughout his SmackDown career, but winning the World Championship at the top of that list, something that Drew McIntyre has not forgotten about. McIntyre has been on a relentless pursuit to get back his World Heavyweight Championship, earning victories over Ivar, Omos, Braun Breaker, and most importantly, being locked inside the Elimination Chamber and outlasting 5 of SmackDown's best, including the Rated R superstar Edge, to earn his #1 contendership. Drew McIntyre now looks to main event WrestleMania Saturday for the second year in a row, and where it all began last year could be where it all begins again for McIntyre tonight. McIntyre, Gunther, round 2 for the World Heavyweight Championship is live up next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
It is main event time! Saturday night, March the 2nd, 2024, WrestleMania Saturday! 1 year ago, Drew McIntyre walked into this very event as the challenger and walked out as the World Heavyweight Champion. It is where his 267-day championship reign began. It is where McIntyre kicked off a career year, a year that earned him the award voted by you, the fans, as the 2023 Men's Superstar of the Year. And let us rattle off some numbers for you. Since WrestleMania Saturday in 2023, Drew McIntyre has gone 30-1 inside the squared circle. 30 victories throughout last year all the way till now, and that one blemish comes back at Survivor Series in his encounter with the ring general Gunther. Can McIntyre right the wrongs of last year here tonight and win back the World Heavyweight title?
Ladies and gentlemen, the matter is highly. What you're about to witness is dignified deformation executed by unprecedented precision. A diabolical athlete who will stop at nothing to uphold the integrity and honor of this great sport. Der Ringgeneral Gunther!
The Ring General, the World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther, walks into his second WrestleMania, yet his first main event on this stage. Since debuting on SmackDown in December of 2022, Gunther has accumulated 25 victories and only one defeat. Gunther, not a man who you see compete inside of that ring each and every week. Gunther, not a man who takes any and all challenges like his opposer in Drew McIntyre. Gunther, you could almost call him a prize fighter, a final boss. Many have called him the inevitable of Friday Night SmackDown. That is one intimidating individual. 25-1 in his SmackDown career. 30-1 over the last year from Mania to Mania for Drew McIntyre. A second blemish on one of those records comes live here in AT&T Stadium. It is main event time. Let's send things down to the ring for your official introductions.
Introducing the challenger from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. And his opponent from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 297 pounds, he is the World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther.
It is certainly a big fight feel in the main event of WrestleMania Saturday. On behalf of the Blue Brand, Friday Night SmackDown, the brand that Drew McIntyre waved the flag of for 267 days throughout 2023. Will it all begin again for the Scottish Warrior? Or will the Ring General continue on his quest of greatness? Bell has sounded. We are underway. McIntyre trying to come high out of the gate. Gunther immediately with a Uranagi. You remember how explosive the matchup was back in Madison Square Garden at Survivor Series. McIntyre fought till he was literally broken down, beaten to no end, bloody in the middle of that squared circle. Gave Gunther everything he had, but the Ring General picked up a decisive victory after he picked apart McIntyre. What will be the story here at WrestleMania? Certainly no feeling out process needed between these two heavyweights. Survivor Series told them enough about one another. And McIntyre has been waiting for this day since November the 19th, 104 days ago. McIntyre did not come back and request a rematch. He simply earned it. He started from the back of the line. He fought his way through matches on SmackDown, into the Elimination Chamber, outlasted 5 of SmackDown's best, and earned this WrestleMania main event all over again. Let us not forget that that was Drew McIntyre's 2nd consecutive win inside Satan's prison, making it all the more surreal that McIntyre walks into his 2nd WrestleMania Saturday main event, where it truly could all begin again for the Scottish Warrior. Look how McIntyre has been the aggressor since the opening bell. Gunther caught him with that Uranagi, but McIntyre's been all over the champion ever since. And McIntyre, no waste in motion over the top rope. Gunther was in the drop zone. Drew McIntyre did not come to mince words tonight. He is not here for a long fight. He is just here for the fight. McIntyre will fight Gunther till a bitter, broken end, just like the Ring General did to him at Survivor Series. Those were the nightmares that have been replaying in the mind of the Scottish Warrior, but McIntyre is looking for his daydreams to come to life, looking to bring home the big gold belt as he delivers a bare knee right to the jaw of the Ring General. Man, there has not been a big fight feel like this in quite some time. Gunther has fought some of the best of them in World Championship matches, but this is no doubt his toughest challenge to date, running it back with a man who was already a difficult task to beat the first time around. Off the sidestep, McIntyre with a crash and burn. And similar to our previous matchup, McIntyre cannot be overzealous. As much as McIntyre wants to get in there, wants to go full head of steam, 100 miles an hour at the Ring General, stop at any and all costs to win back his title, he needs to be calculated. He cannot get caught by Gunther. He cannot allow Gunther to really pressure this matchup into a point where Gunther is the aggressor and Gunther is the one dictating the pace. If McIntyre wants to win this match, he needs to be strategic, but there is nothing strategic about running into a boot by the Ring General. Over the last 104 days, McIntyre, I should say Gunther, obviously defeated McIntyre back at Survivor Series. He retained that championship against the Rated R superstar Edge back at Armageddon. Turned away the challenge of the one and only Ricochet at the Royal Rumble. Might as well have retired Brock Lesnar at the Elimination Chamber. And now we are here at WrestleMania, where Gunther looks to win it once again against the Scottish Warrior. McIntyre was hot out of the gate, but Imperium's head honcho, as we mentioned a few moments ago, starting to dictate the pace of this matchup. This is what we saw at Survivor Series. Gunther the aggressor. Gunther dictating the pace. Gunther wrestling his style of match. And we talked about it as Gunther was walking down the aisle here in AT&T Stadium. He's not somebody you see lacing out the boots each and every week. He doesn't have to. Gunther brings a different presence, an aura, an atmosphere like no other. A prize fighter. 25-1. A record that not many people have been able to hold a candle to. However, Drew McIntyre, as he gets dumped on the back of his neck, holds a very impressive one as well. 30 wins and only 1 defeat from WrestleMania Saturday 2023 to tonight. Gunther looking to hand him a second loss at the hands of the ring general as he unloads on McIntyre for a few moments there, but Drew is still into it. And Gunther can be downright vicious, downright violent when he needs to be. Will ragdoll his opponents, will beat the hell out of you, but McIntyre willing to add maneuvers to the arsenal that Gunther may not be expecting. Kimura lock. If we chalk your memory, McIntyre, that Kimura lock, not something he locks in very often. However, tried it against the ring general back in Survivor Series to no avail. However, McIntyre, he might have been working on that submission the last 104 days. Is he confident that he can lock it in here tonight? Michinoku driver into the pinfall. Gunther with the kick out. McIntyre just trying to get some offense in, even the score. The proverbial one at that in this matchup. The ring general's head bounced off the canvas by the cold hands of the Scottish Warrior. And oh man! Oh, Gunther busted wide open by Drew McIntyre here at WrestleMania. That is not going to go well for Gunther. We have not seen bloodshed from the World Heavyweight Champion yet. But Drew McIntyre ripping him apart if that's what needs to happen on his road to claiming the big gold belt. Drew McIntyre making Gunther draw first blood. Remember, Gunther busted McIntyre open back at Survivor Series, one of the detriments to Drew McIntyre's championship reign coming to an end. My God, what an overhead throw. Gunther's already a shark, if you will. And usually we'd say the reverse, the challenger and Drew McIntyre would be the shark that smells blood in the water, but Gunther may be the shark that's woken up by his own blood. Look at the ring general now, repeating history at Madison Square Garden as he drops McIntyre on the barricade. And another shot. Gunther coming alive. Beating down the Scottish Warrior. And Gunther got a smell of his own blood and starting to just get fired up here at WrestleMania. Not if McIntyre's done anything to say about it. I'll tell you, these guys have thrown a lot of live rounds early. And McIntyre, speaking of such, with a Glasgow kiss into the cover, right to the open wound. Gunther's still into it, but you gotta believe that was a major bite taken out of Gunther right there. Glasgow kiss right to the open wound. McIntyre does not get the victory, but now he has his eyes set on the announce table. Man, what does McIntyre have in mind? Or maybe at the back of his mind after that shot by the champion. Man, only these types of superstars can withstand this kind of war. You remember what happened last night on SmackDown? McIntyre victorious over Omos. Gunther victorious over Ivar. Gunther ambushing McIntyre after the bell. Power bomb right through the announce table. And now look at the ring general. Hunting his prey. Going right down to the canvas where McIntyre couldn't dodge it. Chokehold locked in. Gunther's got it cinched in tight. Drew McIntyre couldn't have been expecting it. Was down on the canvas. Gunther found an alternate route. McIntyre, life getting squeezed out of the challenger here, but trying to break the grip of the dangerous ring general. Now McIntyre back in action and sending almost a lifeless World Heavyweight Champion over the top rope. Both men colliding, these two heavyweights who continue to throw. Holy hell! Did you see those combination of strikes by the world champion? Just said it a few moments ago, we'll say it again. Only these types of fighters, these types of warriors can just continue to push themselves beyond their own limits and just dish out anything they got in the tank to their opposer. One of the reasons that they have both been so successful, and in Gunther's case, as he is the aggressor at the moment, the reason he is the World Heavyweight Champion today. Into the barricade goes McIntyre, and the World Heavyweight Champion all over the challenger. Gotta wonder what McIntyre had in mind with that announce table. Obviously, Gunther looking to avoid disaster, or maybe it'll play into the ring general's pursuit in this matchup, as he used that same table to McIntyre and his detriment last night and at Survivor Series 104 days ago. Look at McIntyre come alive with the strikes. Just coming unglued there, and he had to. Back up against the wall, like situation for Drew McIntyre. Sending the ring general to the outside, where Gunther may not want to be. When he is in an opportune state, McIntyre's wheels are a-spinning. On the announce table, McIntyre finally gonna dish it back to Gunther. Pile driver through the announce table. Holy hell! Dallas, Texas has just blown the roof off AT&T Stadium as McIntyre might have taken everything out of the ring general. We are seeing possibly the demise of the ring general live and in living color here at WrestleMania. Everything that Gunther dissed to Drew McIntyre back at Survivor Series 104 days ago, McIntyre is dishing to Gunther here tonight. Gunther busted wide open. Gunther put through the announce table. McIntyre, back to the analogy we said a few moments ago, a shark that smells blood in the water. This may be it. This may be the moment McIntyre has been waiting for ever since Madison Square Garden. Look how hurt Gunther is right now as McIntyre continues to tee off. McIntyre knows that Gunther is not down yet. There is still another gear that the ring general always has as he sends McIntyre into the corner somehow, some way. McIntyre off the reversal. Full head of steam, got caught. Last Symphony, the maneuver that ended it 104 days ago, is not the maneuver that ends it here tonight. McIntyre refuses to be denied, refuses to let history repeat itself here at WrestleMania. McIntyre dodge. Michinoku driver once more. New world champion on the horizon. Not just yet. Not just yet. McIntyre somehow, some way survived the last Symphony. The same maneuver that it only took one delivery of to beat him 104 days ago. And now Drew McIntyre back to the well with the submission. I can't believe my eyes. Gunther has his back absolutely up against the wall, and Drew McIntyre is like a different human being than we saw back at Survivor Series all those months ago. The Scottish Warrior in the corner. And McIntyre failed to hit the Claymore in their first meeting. But he delivers it tonight. Claymore kick to the World Heavyweight Champion. McIntyre's done it. He has accomplished his dreams. Not just yet. Not to be denied. The ring general is still alive. This inhumane beast. I cannot believe what we are witnessing. McIntyre failed to hit the Claymore in the first round against Gunther 104 days ago. He was able to hit it tonight, but it did not keep down Gunther. Gunther out on the apron, but he might have gotten caught as McIntyre 10 beats of the boundary. Look at the wound as Gunther gushes from the forehead. Surviving is one thing, thriving is another. These two men have dished it all out to each other. McIntyre hit the Claymore. It was not to be. And you gotta be wondering if Drew McIntyre has what it takes in his mind to put Gunther away. You gotta be thinking McIntyre's racking his brain right now, thinking, what do I gotta do to keep down the World Heavyweight Champion? Gunther being manhandled by McIntyre on the outside, which is an absolutely rare occurrence, as McIntyre drops him with the elevated hesitation suplex. Back into the corner we go, and you notice how the pace has slowed down. Exhaustion has set in, fatigue has set in, their bodies are broken. The only thing keeping this match going is the will to be World Heavyweight Champion. McIntyre on top. What has the challenger got in mind? But Gunther able to get McIntyre out of position. McIntyre not one to take things to the air that often, and it may come back to haunt him that time. Tried to mix up the arsenal. Gunther saw it coming from a mile away. And a big boot. Damn near sent McIntyre out of his boots. And now the ring general with another rare occurrence, as he's the one coming off the top. McIntyre is now in a dangerous situation in the corner. Oh, wait a minute, what the hell is Gunther doing? Oh my God, we have not seen this since last year at WrestleMania. Tell me why, Gunther! Power bomb, avalanche style from the top. It's over. Gunther retains the World Heavyweight Championship. A move we have only seen Gunther use once before brings him success all over again at WrestleMania.
Here is your winner, and still World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther!
The inevitable, the final boss, the ring general. No more denying. If you were a doubter, you have to be a believer. Gunther is still World Heavyweight Champion. What the hell? Oh my God. You have gotta be kidding me. No way. I can't. This has gotta be a joke. Oh my God! Roman Reigns! Roman Reigns is here at WrestleMania! What are we witnessing? Gunther, moments after retaining his World Heavyweight Championship, the celebration has been put on hold thanks to the arrival, the re-emergence, the return of the tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns. There is not a person who could have been expecting this. Dallas, Texas is in absolute disbelief. Gunther, here at ringside, can't believe his eyes. After a war of all wars, Roman Reigns has sent shockwaves through the WWE Universe here at WrestleMania Saturday. Business just picked up. I can't believe what we are witnessing. What is Roman Reigns doing here at WrestleMania? And why now? Why? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. The World Heavyweight Champion Gunther not going to take kindly to what I'm sure he deems disrespect. But Roman Reigns said, you want a fight? I'll give you a fight. Roman had to be expecting this, walking down the aisle here at AT&T Stadium. Oh my God, it has been quite some time. The big dog unleashed a spear to the ring general. Roman Reigns is back. And I don't think he's done. The head of the table came to eat. Oh, he went for a second spear. Gunther, he's still got that adrenaline flowing. He's ready to fight. Last Symphony, not just yet. Roman reverses. This is not a match, ladies and gentlemen. This is a brawl that is broken out in AT&T Stadium. A second spear delivered by Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns just put the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther on notice. 104 days and counting. But there may be an expiration date. Thanks to the head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns is back. And the landscape of Friday Night SmackDown just changed forever.
Face on when I chase like that, yeah, I play so strong with a knife in the back. I'ma swing home run like a baseball bat. Gonna see me rise, you can hate on that. I don't play both sides, doing me no cap, I'm a